Well, hello, everybody. I was expecting a video, but things happen. Life happens. It's Revenge of the Fifth day. So, it's all good. How's everybody doing in the chat? It's looking pretty hopping on there. I see Isaac in the chat. So, hello to you. And Scott, my co host from Use and Abuse. Ubaldo, who is also in the book club. So good to see him. And Danny, yeah, girl, you were first, my nerd sister. It is so good to see everybody hopping into the chat tonight. Thank you for coming. Please hit the like and subscribe button. We have got some fun tonight, and I am very excited because we are going to be talking about C2E2. And as I've already said, it is the 5th. Revenge of the 5th. Hello. We are talking about May, okay? 501st. Yesterday was May the 4th. And of course, today we've got the 6th. But before I do that real quick, I want to remind you that I am part of the Red 5 Network. The Red 5 Network, we have many wonderful, amazing podcasts that you guys can follow, listen, and subscribe to. And I want to make sure that you check them out because they are wonderful and awesome. You can check us out at the bio link /Red5, where you can find many varieties of our network, as well as the Red 5 Reading Book Club, which I spearhead. And with that, we like to do various books, which tonight we will talk about that a little bit. Tonight, again, is a little bit different. On the Fives is normally me totally geeking out over various books and getting to know my fellow Red 5 content creators and friends. However, again, tonight, I'm bringing back my first guest of Red 5 Network creator and Scarif podcast, because we're going to talk about C2E2. We will be touching a little bit about books, as well as, hello, I'm wearing Darth Vader in honor of my special guest today. Oh, but there's some books too. So, gotta get the Red 5 book club, a shout out there. So without further ado, I want to bring my guest, Ro from Scarif podcast.
So many buttons. So little time. What's up, chat?
I feel like this is perfect for you and I. The boop. That was
yes.
So you and I.
Boop. Boop. Yep, exactly. With Ewok ears.
Yes. How was your day? I know it was a work day for you. So
it was a work day. It was pretty hectic. We went to go cover the Cinco de Mayo parade. Then there was a shooting, and then there was a canceling of a parade or a reroute of the parade. It was a big mess, but Chicago's gonna Chicago.
Yeah, well, it sounds like somebody was feeling the feeling of the Sith today in your neck of the woods.
Yes. Which in a make-believe universe, it's not that bad. But in the real universe,
make-believe, people, make-believe.
Yes.
That's the important thing to say there. But at least now you're off. I forgot to grab my margarita, but that's okay. I will have it afterwards.
That's okay too.
The whole evening's ahead.
There's some wonderful people in the chat. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Wow,
I know.
Have a great show. Wonderful peeps. Who else is in there? Isaac is in there. Thank you for stopping by. Andrew, Haley. I like his thumbnail, his little image there of.
I know that's Master your favorite realm, next to Vader.
Yes. Very nice.
I love my shirt. Ubaldo.
And obviously comics and cosmetics. Woohoo! Our girl Danny is in the house. Let's see who else. Hot diggity dog. Excellent. Good to be here. It's
awesome. It's wonderful. It's so weird because it was like a week and a day ago we were in person having a fun twinsy day.
Yes, that's right. We'll see some pictures in a bit, but absolutely.
Yes, we will be.
That's a lot of fun. And actually, one of the things we're going to be talking about is C2E2, and I think there are folks in the fandom who have not had an opportunity to get together with other nerds at a convention or meetup or anything like that. And I think I 100% recommend if you are able to, if it's a little bit of a drive, I think it's totally worth it just to, grab a helmet or a cape or like some sort of
Robe.
emblem or something, put it on your chest, walk in there like you own the place, have fun, meet some other nerds. It really is a lot of fun. It's what do
Mhm.
you call it? It's infectious, it's
Mhm.
adventurous, and it is just 100% a lot of fun. Highly recommend it.
Highly recommend. I know we have some more coming up this year. We have Star Wars Joliet Day. Totally looking forward to that.
Right in the
Uh,
summer, that's awesome.
we are possibly looking at Fan Expo because that's gearing up. We were just talking about that today, that it is gearing up to be
Yeah.
something else. And Star Wars is amping it up for Fan Expo. I'm just like,
Wait, you mean Star Wars is not dead?
oh no, you didn't know? Yeah,
Oh
Vader came back
no.
and everything.
I
Forget
keep
Palpatine. They're
seeing I
bringing this
keep
guy
seeing
back.
some weird memo about Star Wars being dead.
Huh, I haven't seen that memo yet, and I'm okay with that.
Good. That's
I'm
okay. That's okay.
absolutely
That's good.
okay with
Yeah.
that. I have to nerd out though, because I think I did send this to you. I was so excited this morning because I saw Ashley Eckstein's
Mm-hmm.
video.
Right. I saw
And I
that.
know later on we're going to talk about it more because it's in my poll. But let me tell you, I cannot wait to nerd out about that later too, because I can't wait to also talk about the Sith as well as C2E2. So
Yes.
without
I
further
like I
ado,
like to sit.
I know you do. This is just for you. And for anybody who doesn't know, this is Rose's favorite, and it's one of my favorite like questions to ask when we're doing this and that and getting to book nerdy stuff. But
Excellent. Excellent.
I know. Did you bring any goodies to share for show and tell from
A
C2E2?
couple of things, yes.
Ooh. Would you
So
like to
first,
start us off as our special
sure,
guest tonight?
sure. So this one is was a gift from a lovely young lady,
I wonder who.
and it's my favorite Sith Lord from the Star Wars franchise. If you know, you know. But it's a little Stretch Armstrong slash Darth Vader, which is really cool. And thank you so much. It was a wonderful surprise. I know somebody posted, was it C3PO, the C3PO version?
May No, I have a C3PO. They
Okay.
actually had a picture of Boba Fett. I haven't even seen the Boba
Yes, I
Fett.
haven't seen that one too, but these are pretty cool. Little Stretch Armstrong, Darth Vader, fully stretchable. I guess it's not a Stretch Armstrong, but
No, that's
Armstrong
90s.
was,
Right.
yes, Armstrong was, I guess, a wrestler, and it was Stretch, and then the guy's name was Armstrong. He was
Right.
a
Toy from
buff,
like the late
yeah,
80s, early 90s.
right.
Yeah.
And this is a Stretch Vader, I guess. So
Yeah.
that's very cool. Love it.
I just thought like if you have a hard day, you just get this, and he'll understand. Vader would
Yes,
understand.
yes,
You
absolutely,
know,
absolutely.
these are the ways to get your stress out versus acting on them in other inappropriate ways that
That's
get
true.
parades put into different places.
Right, exactly. Andrew Haley, I appreciate that. He went to go see the Phantom Menace last night in
I
theaters.
saw it
He
yesterday.
was a single-celled organism when the movie actually came out in 1999, I think. So that's why he could not see it when it first came out. We got you, Andrew. Thank you very much.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, but somebody made a really good point today. Maybe you were the one who also talked about it too. Um, this is the first version of Phantom Menace, technically from the Disney Plus that we got to
oh,
see in
okay.
theater.
Yeah, I didn't
I'm like,
really
"Oh,
did I
interesting."
notice a difference? Did you notice a difference?
Okay, the only thing why did I find it technical? I don't know. But that was several times when the camera would pan so fast, I was like, whoa, hold up.
Huh.
Hold up. Like, and that was me. And there was a few times I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't notice too many differences, but that was my big thing. And
Sure.
that's just because it just went so fast. I was like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah.
Hmm. I realized I don't think I hate to. So it looks like I might have left a few items at my friend's house, and she
Oh
got them.
no.
I know. So, as many know, I love movies in miniature. If you follow me, you know that I have several. It started off with Grogu. Movies in miniature. He makes these wonderful little paintings, and they're amazing. The ones that I wanted to share with all you guys tonight is actually of Anakin, Ahsoka, and then a picture of him as Vader, which is when I get it together is going to look amazing. I will share that, but it looks like it might still be Chicago.
Oh,
Anyways,
nice.
that's okay. That is okay. I know it's going to be safe. But I did have this one as well. It is a sunset with a Tuscan Raider. Look at all that detail.
Oh,
Can you
yeah, I
see
love
that?
those. So if anybody, I wish we took a picture of the table layout because they
Oh
had
my gosh.
so many of
Mhm.
those little tiny, and they're little tiny canvases
Yeah.
with movie images on there.
You guys look, see this? I have a small hand, just so you guys know. Okay. That's the size
They're
of it.
really, yeah, they're really great. They had, I mean, besides Star Wars, they had, oh,
This
yeah.
is Gone with the Wind. I also got a Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
I
nice.
can't say another one because if my dad just happens to be listening, there might be. I got some Christmas shopping and Father's Day
Oh,
done. I
yeah,
did some birthday shopping. So
very
C2E2,
nice. Yeah,
you know, making the
that's
most of it.
cool. Yeah.
But the Tuscan Raider, I did fall in love with it because, well, it's not the twin suns. I just loved the sunset. I cannot wait to show everybody the Anakin, and then Anakin and Ahsoka, and then on the other. Oh, because it was also in blacklight.
Yes.
The lightsabers are blacklit. I'm like, oh my
Very
gosh,
nice.
like
You know
so
who we didn't see this year? You know who we didn't see this year?
two queen.
The metal bookmark people.
I saw them
Why didn't you tell me?
because we were so busy. We were go 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 that day.
But
Um,
by the
I
way,
will say there are
this
two
is
I did not
Todd's.
see.
By the way, this is Todd's prize that I still have to mail to him. Sorry,
You could have given to him in person. It's fine.
I should have. Yeah.
I know. There was the place that you and I got T-shirts from last year with the Ahsoka. Not there. I didn't see him. And
Yeah.
then last year I got this adorable Grogu photo with the wooden frame, beautiful carved wooden frame. I
Yes.
didn't see them
Mm-hmm.
either. I was so
Very
disappointed.
nice. That's
So,
cool.
um, we have to talk about this. We found a free place with
Oh my
books.
God. Yes.
Okay,
I wish we had more time too because that place
because
was
I'm like,
really
I'm so
cool.
excited. Okay, you guys, we got free books. And they're also in this one too.
Wow.
I know. I know. Let me tell you. And yours, you have one with a cat on it. And I went nuts.
I know. You know what? They don't make covers like this anymore.
No, they don't. Look how gorgeous these are. Yes, that is, oh my gosh. Breed to come. I know, you guys. I know these are funny covers, but they are
They're
so
great. Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
And let me see, because
Mhm.
this one, they feel old. And I don't know if you remember, do you remember what old books smelled like?
Yeah, I own a lot of old vintage
Yes. So
books.
this smells
There.
old books. Hold on a second.
And they had
So
many.
let me
This
see
is
what
from
year this is. 1972.
so this is part of the
This one.
science fiction outreach project.
Yes.
Oh, they have
Scan the
let your
QR
geeks
code.
there's stuff on here for let your geek for 2025.
Oh, very nice.
I
Yeah,
think
so
we
this was
might
a cool initiative.
oh my god, it was. My
Yeah,
friends, this was really I was beyond grateful like that they had free books. Like we dead stopped in our tracks. Like
we
we're
did.
walking and I
And we
see
were
books
asking,
and
and
I'm like,
we're like free? Do you mean like free like
are you
FREE?
sure?
Free? And they're
I know.
like, yeah.
I remember asking them, "Are you sure?" Because, like, I don't know who you think you're talking to. Like, and I grabbed like a few the first day. I went back the next day. That's when I got the um sampler of Ray as
That's
well
really cool.
as
Yeah.
I don't know what the other side. I didn't even know. Well, the other one just says well, there's a bunch of different stuff on there. You guys can't see this, but there was a bunch of stories in this. Oh, cool short stories. So they had a
Very cool.
bunch.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And this one I grabbed because, first of all, the cover kind of looks like Darth Vader,
It does.
but Harlan Ellison, who is an award-winning author, Isaac Asimov, obviously, he's a science fiction giant. But this looks like it's from the UK, the magazine of
Oh
fantasy and
yeah, they
science
had a
fiction.
bunch of those the next day.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but really great cover. Harlan Ellison did a I forgot which Star Trek. Maybe Danny can help me. Um, did a Star Trek episode. I think he's uncredited on the episode, the original series episode of Star Trek, where Kirk falls in love with Joan
Ooh.
Collins.
Well, of course. Doesn't
Yeah,
that just say everything about that time frame?
yeah. Kirk fell in love with everybody,
I
but
mean, Joan Collins,
yeah.
like, hello.
Guardian of Tomorrow. I forgot what the name of it
Mm-hmm.
is, but absolutely, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
great stuff. And I'm really eager to start this one to see what the cat is all about. Why we have a cat on
I'm excited because I want to hear what the cat is all about. I'm
the. I
like,
know
you got the book with
there's
the
like a
cat.
spaceman, a UFO coming down in the city, and then a frightened cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Ubaldo, absolutely. You need to plan a trip to C2E2. But you know what? Chicago being Chicago in the big city, there are other events that are coming to Chicago that are,
Yeah.
also as enjoyable. We've got, you mentioned FanFest. You've got,
Mm-hmm. Julia
what's
Star Wars Day, which
right?
is the biggest one for the local 501 Garrison
Yeah, the August one is FanFest, right?
Fan Expo.
Fan Expo. And I think I gotta I gotta clarify, but I think in October there's also a Star Trek event here in Chicago in Rosemont.
I heard
The
something.
first one in a while, so that should be a lot of fun. And of course, the Red 5 Network Scarif Con
Heck
number
yeah.
5 that will also be happening in October somewhere. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
where, but details to come.
Mm-hmm.
Come
Many
on down to Chicago,
up, down, wherever. Just come
wherever you're
join.
at. Yeah.
I actually, so I did get a few other things that I don't have displayed here with me. I got like a really cute Wizard of Oz apron, some again more birthday stuff. So
Yeah.
just gonna be careful on that one. But I saved, well, I didn't save. Okay. I made some decisions this year that if I was going to do a few other fun things that we
Mhm.
will be showing later or as we go, that I would kind of budget it out.
Yes.
So I did that this year. I did. I was like, you're going to do this, which is the first for me because usually I'm all about authors, which is the only thing I've done in the past. And this year I said, you know what? I'm going to go something different and I'm going to do this and this. But then I told myself, then you're not going to do as you have like last year, or maybe in previous years, you're going to pull back the strings, first strings in one spot and put them in there.
Right.
I tried.
How'd that work out?
Um, well, these were free.
Yeah. Well,
And
yeah, that's a good balance.
and again, I did get some birthday and some Christmas, so I'm very happy about that. That
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was very happy about. And again, knowing that movies and miniature is more of it's a small business that's
Mhm.
local, that's more for me, and that's also a friend of mine. I felt good about supporting them as well as Relish, which again, I didn't again bring all my stuff. I just kind of grabbed a few of the items. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And our friends from Alley Cat Comics were there.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't see
Sure.
Celine or Nick. I went looking for them, but
Mm-hmm.
they were there as always. I think they were there last year.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we'll be seeing them soon as well. But
Mm-hmm.
free comic book day.
Yeah, that was awesome.
What'd you get?
I'm going to be sharing that on the fives on May 25th.
Excellent.
The actual
The
Star
actual Star Wars Day.
the
Yes, that is
actual, not
correct.
the fan made.
Not the
No,
Hallmark version of Star Wars Day.
yeah, the
Yeah, damn
actual
it.
one, which I'm going to be actually joined by Spencer from the Dingus Den.
Oh, very
He's a
nice.
very big comic book guy,
Yeah,
and so we are going to be sharing our loot. Although you and I have one of the same, and that it features this guy right here,
very nice.
Vader. We
Excellent.
saw,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, we got one of the same.
yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What about you? You got some good loots?
No, I didn't. And again, this is a working weekend for me.
Mm.
And I feel like I get loot like just whenever too. So
Mhm.
I don't really need an excuse to go buy Star Wars stuff. I see something and I'll like it. I got this Black Series Stormtrooper dude. I
That
got
one
this
kinda looks like Todd.
a little bit, yeah.
Kinda. A
This
little
one
bit.
looks more like Todd actually.
Okay, so that one looks more like Todd, but we need to move the arm thing over to the
Yeah,
other one, so it's,
right.
like, combining them, and then we'll have Todd.
And then weather it a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I don't need an excuse to buy Star Wars stuff.
Mhm.
If I can turn my camera around, you can see that I got
You
some
got
stuff
plenty.
all over the place. But
You got a lot.
yeah, absolutely.
So speaking of Todd, we actually got to meet up a little bit with Todd. I got to see Greg, and we
Yes.
got to kind of this year was a little bit different because it's like we all got to kind of hang out, but we weren't all hanging out at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we all still got to hang out. And when we come together, whether it's Red 5 network family or if it's honorary Red 5 like Greg from Rebel Card Base, it's just wonderful. Like we hang out and we're just there with each other. And next thing you know,
Yes.
podcasting, we're meeting, we're introducing each other to other people. And it's just this wonderful feeling. It's the reasons why I have to take the following Monday off because I just
Sure.
want to be back with you guys
Continue.
having fun again.
Right. Yeah.
Um, so if we have any photos, do we have any photos that we can quickly
I
start
think we
sharing?
do. Yeah.
We can
So
start just kind of picking up some places.
I guess C2E2 obviously is one of Chicago's premier fan get-togethers. It's
Mhm.
really and they celebrated this year. They celebrated their 15th
15.
anniversary.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
15 years here in Chicago, and I'm so glad. Obviously, in 2019 we had Star Wars Celebration here in Chicago in the same venue.
Mhm.
But C2E2 really goes hard when it comes to fan get-togethers. Everybody has so much fun, coming in and watching
Mhm.
the cosplayers
Yes.
here in Chicago. And there are so many cosplayers. It's wonderful just to kind of grab a camera
Mhm.
and
And that you did.
take some pictures. All sorts of costumes. You've got bounty hunters and rebels, and not just Star Wars. There's just a
Mm-mm.
lot of great costumes.
Mhm.
Superheroes of all sorts. It's really great. Here's some X-Men
Mm.
flexing their stuff in the hallway. So there's a main hallway which is cool, and obviously there's a fee to get into C2E2 to see all the exhibitors. But the hallway area here is where all the nerds get together and take pictures
Mhm.
of themselves, and there's a DJ that's playing some really great dance music. You can obviously take
Link
pictures with
and Zelda.
cosplayers. Yeah, who's this?
Link and Zelda.
Very nice. And look
I
at
know. I really liked this cosplay.
yeah,
Very
absolutely.
creative.
And then obviously you can see, as Danny says, nerds of non-denominational nerds. She's got a Star Wars tattoo on her shoulder, which
Mhm.
is cool. So everybody loves a little bit of everything.
Yes.
And here's a cosplay that I have not seen in a long time. This is one of my son's favorite games back in the day in the 90s. I think it's the 90s, like or the 2000s.
Mhm.
Portal. Um, which was really cool. You'll see the giant C2E2 sign in the back, and Ubaldo soon we're coming up
Yes.
here's the giant C2E2 sign, and everybody makes a long
Scarlet Witch.
line to take a picture in front of the C2E2. But yeah, it's one of the most fun events in Chicago during the summer, and I think it's
Mhm.
not really during the summer because it happens in April, early in the year, just to kind of get it out
Mhm.
of our system. Um, so again, lovely cosplayers.
I know. I did not this year. I was going to. I was going to. So I learned a lesson this year.
Yes.
I did.
Well, I mean,
I did.
I know the weather kind of scared us, but
It did.
it
It
turned
did.
out
It
to
did for
be
me.
a no non-issue.
So they were predicting this major weather, right? That
Right.
we were going to have really bad storms. And last year I had to deal with that one day and literally I was soaked. And that was because I got dropped off the door and getting back and forth because of parking. If you're dealing with those who are outside in front, you know that they're like, go, 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 go. And you're trying to get into a car or out of a car so fast. And if you're caught, you're in trouble. Well, my Peach cosplay was has high heels, it's got a wig, it's got a crown, it's got everything, and I'm like, I do not need that to happen again. Last year
Sure.
I was dropped off, and again I didn't want to have to also battle the rain and
Right.
then something happened or me fall in, just in case. I did not want that to happen. And then I decided, I'm like, wait a minute, Paige O'Hara's coming, this is the voice of Belle. I'm like, I'll do that. I was so excited. In fact, I was like, I'm going to do an autograph with her. I'm going to do an autograph with her and Gaston, the voice of Gaston. And I'm going to do this. It's going to be fun. I get the first cosplay in. It's too big. Okay, no biggie. No biggie. Quickly reorder, get things redone. And again, it was like something else didn't fit. And it was just still, I was just like, so I had this other t-shirt that I already had done, Bell t-shirt. So I'm like, screw it. I'll just do that. It wasn't meant to be, wasn't meant to be. Because of this, though, this gave me an allowance for some other stuff I end up choosing to do instead, which I'm glad I did because I felt it really worked out, which you guys are about to see here in a little bit. But I learned that one, just carpe diem, as they say in the Dead Poets
Hmm.
Society. Thank you, Robin Williams, for that line, because I just seized that day because I just probably needed to do that. I needed to relax and always take a backup cosplay, because if not, it's
Yeah.
like I kind of felt like I was missing out. And at the same time, I just kind of took it in stride and went, you know what? Lesson learned. Next year, bring a backup, plan ahead, and don't worry about the rain. It'll be okay.
Always have a spare cape in your backpack, right?
Always. Always. I mean, but you and I were twinsing. I'm
Yes, we'll see
Yeah,
that, we'll see that in
like,
a little bit.
I mean,
Um,
technically, we're kind of like cosplaying each other. It was just
yeah,
very
that is
interesting.
funny. We'll show the, folks in the chat in a little bit, but, we got to hang out with some cool peeps,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Oh yeah, so this is the writer's block. I was so excited because I want to share some things. One, of course,
Let's
the Red
see.
5 reading book club begins tomorrow. John Jackson Miller's The Living Force. So I have my own copy that is signed by John Jackson Miller. Oh my God, this was so wonderful to meet him. And this is not our first time meeting him. He's been at
Mhm.
Juliet Star Wars Day.
That's right.
But I also got to not read. I haven't started reading it yet because I've just been so excited by it. I got this also from him. This is only
Mhm.
volume 1. This is Legends, the fiction book. But of course, hello. I was in a
Mhm.
mood that day. I was hanging out with Ro. Okay. So
My
decisions
dark side influenced you.
majorly,
Yes.
majorly influenced. And it is actually signed somewhere. Maybe it's with, oh, there it is. Oh,
Very
yes.
nice.
John Jackson Miller. It's so exciting. Look how beautiful this is.
Very
I'm trying
nice.
to remember what he told us. Um, because this actually somehow works in with the living force, right? Oh,
Oh,
he
that's
said
right. He said,
the
"Don't
living
read The Living Forest before reading."
yes. So I have
Yes.
to finish this and then I can read this. You
Mhm.
guys, like,
Yes.
he gave me a tip, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta remember that." In fact, though, when I was watching the Phantom Menace the other day, I remember watching them in when they were doing the council, and I was meeting. I was like going, "Oh!" And to think I'm gonna start reading that book soon. Like I
Mm.
was pumped. The Phantom
Yeah.
Menace got me pumped for this book. I'm so excited because I know that he also had he's going to be doing the Batman and stuff. But John Jackson Miller is an author that if you're able to meet him, meet him. He will take and
He's
he will
very approachable, yeah.
yep, he takes his time. He's really kind with just talking and speaking. And there is a whole writer's block as well as an artist alley, which is
Mhm.
absolutely wonderful. But in this case, I made sure I took time to meet with John Jackson Miller again because reading it for the Red 5 reading book club, and because I just really appreciate him as an author. So, but
We
yeah,
should have, you should have asked him to come on the maybe a
I'm planning on it. I'm getting
mm,
there. I'm getting there.
excellent,
I
excellent.
want to. I want to. Everyone's fingers crossed that the
Yeah,
force will do everything right.
that would be
You know,
cool. That'd be cool. And I
he's a,
got, he wrote the Kenobi book. You see the poster behind him.
I own it.
Yeah, yeah.
I own that
I purchased a copy for my co-host Brad, and I had him sign it to Brad. May the
one.
force be with you.
I
And hopefully he'll be getting it before Wednesday. So
yeah,
maybe he'll pull it out during a show and tell. Brad is coming back to Scarif Live on
very
Tuesday
exciting.
night, and
Nice.
we should be having some fun. We're talking about our movie experience of the Phantom Menace and some other stuff. We'll be talking a little bit about the Acolyte and recapping our thoughts on the Bad Batch series finale. So stay tuned for
Nice.
that. Check the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast YouTube, and if you're not subscribed over there, hit the subscribe, and yeah, check it out on Tuesday night. I think I'll decide. We'll see how we feel. I've got a couple of giveaways that I want to give out on Tuesday night in celebration of Brad returning. Somehow Brad returns, so we'll see how that goes.
It is very exciting. I'm very
Yeah.
excited to have Brad back. Very exciting. Oh, and that poster was won by Spencer.
Oh,
Uh,
Spencer got a poster.
yep. And then the book that I also got, an additional book, was actually won by Andrew Haley, who's also currently in our chat.
Very
So,
nice.
and that was already sent out. Actually, I bought the first time I met him, I bought the Dawn of with Hera and Kanan
Dawn
and
of the Jedi.
yeah, Dawn of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And that was by John Jackson Miller. So actually, because of that book, others in the book club were like, we need to read The Living Force.
Mm,
So we were all game. And then, of
yes.
course, for you, you got lucky because you can see both Star Wars and Star Trek.
Yes.
You get the best of both worlds.
The other Star Trek is the other white meat.
Yes. And then, of course, what is upcoming for him is in October, he's got the Batman coming. Like,
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I'm like, what a double whammy of a year for you. I remember telling
Yeah.
him that. Like, so excited for him.
Absolutely.
You know.
All right. What else we got here?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
panels.
Uh-oh. Panels.
We did. We had some wonderful panels. I know on Sunday I went to a few. I know you weren't there. The pink, the Power Rangers were there.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And
Yeah.
that was really good. That ended up like in several magazines though. Like I'm like, who from Entertainment Weekly was at C2E2? Who
Yeah.
was in that room?
That's good.
Because all of a sudden that's what I was seeing for the next few days was all this stuff from that panel. And that was really, really, really good. But I have to say, I think the most memorable ones were from Saturday though. Christopher Lloyd.
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He made me want to, like, a few times made me want to cry. Like
Yeah.
how you could just see how good-hearted he was. And when he was talking about Michael J. Fox, and I just was like, oh my gosh, I felt that with every fiber of my
Yeah.
being.
Sure. Yeah.
And that
And
was
that was really nice. And he had some really great stories to tell.
mm-hmm,
Some really great tidbits about some of his other roles.
mm-hmm.
But I think. Do you remember that? I guess one of the fan questions that really got him choked up, and he started. You can tell that he started to tear up. Do you remember what that question was? Or that it
Mm-mm.
wasn't really a question; it was a
I
comment.
It was some
He
I know again, I knew about the Michael J. Fox one. I knew there was one at the end,
they
like
said
closing remarks.
they said thank you for my childhood.
Oh, yes.
Obviously
Yeah,
Back to
that
the
was it.
Future and some of the other roles that he has
Mhm,
played throughout his career, and he started to get a little choked up. So that was really nice to see.
mhm.
Yeah, really
Yes.
enjoyed that.
Christopher
And
Lloyd
we're
has good.
yeah. No, I'm saying we're all getting older. Christopher Lloyd is up there in age as well. Do you remember what his favorite role was? One of his memorable roles that he claims to have really, something that he remembers. What was it? Do you remember?
It's not the one from Clue. Noise is off.
No.
I no, are you sure?
Yes, it was his
He
first
mentioned Noises
movie.
Off.
It was his first movie.
Yeah.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
One
Nest.
Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, that was it.
Yes,
That
and
was it.
he says he
I was
enjoyed
so
it
close, I was
so
thinking
much
it.
because he was a big fan of Jack Nicholson before that,
Mhm.
and the chance to act with him in the movie, he was just besides himself. So he still claims that that was one of his most memorable performances
Mhm.
and projects. So kudos to him. I
Yeah,
mean, can you imagine being a fan of somebody as grandiose as Jack Nicholson, then all of a sudden just having scenes and being in a movie with him. So
I know, and then really he himself has become that big of a light and
yeah,
force,
yeah,
and he was Christopher. I'm so glad we took time and went to that. Even
yeah,
though he
that's
was
a good
just
one.
a one-man panel, that was worth it because he was just so wonderful, and to hear about his career, and
Sure,
it was just something
and
special, something we
something
will
very
always
special.
remember.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. We'll also remember how the audio system crashed about 3 times and
Oh my gosh.
killed the audio
Yes, but
three
I have
times.
to make this special note though, is that one, we got to see how good of an actor he was. Because
Yes,
if this would have been silent film, he would have nailed it and he would have won an
yeah,
award. Like literally, this is, and I was just
yeah,
going, and everybody in the audience was
just
laughing
cracking up. Yeah,
hysterically. And because him and the host started just kind of going back and forth, and they
hmm,
weren't really talking, but they were
yeah,
talking, and you could see them. And I was just,
yeah,
and I remember thinking in my mind, like, if this was black and white, if this was a silent film, this would be hilarious. We would all be just, you would pan up and like you could see
yeah,
whatever they were really talking about, on the screen.
exactly. What other panels did we hit?
Uh, Star Wars Rebels.
That was a great, great panel. That was the first one of the morning on Saturday. I think
Mhm.
we parked, we entered, we got in line, and
We beelined it
we zipped over to the main stage for the Star Wars Rebels panel.
because I was like, why would C2E2 do this? Put a
Yes,
panel right at um
like half an
like
hour
30
from
minutes.
opening.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
opening. I'm like, why did they do this? But I'm glad we made it.
yeah,
We ended up being able to move,
yeah. The seats.
and it was awesome. It was
Yeah,
awesome. Um, oh my gosh. And
and
Lars, we got to see
yeah,
Lars in person.
that
The
is
only one
fantastic.
missing was Taylor Gray. He was unable
Hmm.
to make it, but we had, Tyra Starkar there. We had Freddie Prince Jr., Vanessa Marshall, um, I'm trying to remember who played Zeb. Zeb is played by Steve Bloom,
Right.
and then the legendary Lars Mikkelsen, which of course I just got done reading. When you just get done reading, even Heir to the Empire. I know it's not the newest Thrawn, but it's between Rebels and Ahsoka and reading the
Sure.
book. I was just so more pumped for him
Yes.
than anything. And I felt like anytime he spoke, I felt like everybody was like hanging on his words.
Yeah.
Um,
And
I
you know what's cool from a professional standpoint? The actor that plays Zeb, he's got a voiceover
Cleveland.
studio, and I liked how he offered folks to come to the website, and if anybody
Yes.
is interested in doing or starting to do voiceover,
Oh, I know.
he kind of threw out some suggestions, which were kind of cool.
Yes.
Um, and one of the things that Freddie Prince Jr. said, and I think they all kind of
Mhm,
echoed it, was
mhm,
the fact that a lot of these actors sometimes I guess some folks kind of consider them like just being voiceover actors. You do voices in cartoons, but they demonstrate the fact that they are in the booth, still acting, still moving, still
mhm,
emoting. That actors are
mhm.
actors, whether you're in front of the
Right.
camera, in front of the microphone. I mean, look at me, I'm doing stuff, I'm acting. So,
Um,
it's pretty cool.
so well, Freddie Prince for me at the beginning was, you and I talked about it.
Right, right, right.
Okay, you guys, I think I figured out something about Freddie Prince Jr. that day, and that is he's more of a smaller group
Like an
Like friend,
ensemble kind of guy instead of a one-on-one?
right? He's more of a one-on-one or smaller group, not a big, because the first question that was asked, he kind of made for the group, but it was done in such a way that would make him feel more arrogant until Steve Bloom later made a comment about Freddie Prinze not living that far away from him soon. And then all of a sudden that brought some humanity into him. It brought some more, you could almost see like that smaller connection. I went, that's really him, because
Yeah,
the other one, it's him, but it's him just like it. I
I
don't know,
get it.
maybe big
Yeah,
groups just doesn't jive with him, but like
sure.
a smaller one-on-one probably would.
Mhm.
And it was really interesting to see him kind of change a little bit when like Steve Bloom was talking to him about like moving and being closer to his house. And I'm like going, ah, okay.
Yeah.
And then I said this to you afterwards, and that was Vanessa Marshall. She, like, last year we went to these Clone Wars panel, which was so awesome and amazing because
Yeah.
they were going in and out of voices last year.
Yes.
And in this group, Vanessa Marshall is kind of like Ashley Eckstein. She is the putting the group together, the voices. They're just this oh, and she's the closest to her character without being her character. You know, she's
Yes.
Space Mom, and she made even a comment about bananas. And I will never now look at bananas now the same. Vanessa Marshall always, you're hungry, I will feed you, you know,
Mhm.
type attitude. And she always had a banana close by, or bananas close by to feed whoever who was hungry.
It's funny.
And but I remember thinking, wow, she's like Ashley Eckstein, how she kind of would re-bring the group back together.
Mhm.
Same thing with Vanessa Marshall. She seems just to do that. And I really um appreciated her, and seeing her, as well as the character who played Sabine Wren, which was Tyrish. It was good to see her too.
Mhm.
Sakar, I think is how you pronounce her last name.
Yeah. Good.
Um, but
Still.
she seemed to also, like, with Freddie Prinze, seemed to balance him out, because like she wouldn't even call him Space Dad and she was Space Mom. Um, but it's like she brought that balance. We learned a funny fact though that
Mm.
day, that neither Freddie Prinze Jr. nor Vanessa Marshall knew that they
Oh,
had
that's right.
child, a son,
Right.
in Star Wars Rebels until like
Yeah.
somebody told them, or until it happened.
Yes. And then Lars said
He made a
it probably
child.
happened during the commercial.
Yes, that's what that was hilarious.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
that was awesome. And Lars is definitely something very special. That was oh my gosh, he got everyone first. This was their first time, I think, actually meeting him in person.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So we were seeing him in person for the first time. They're meeting him in person for the
Yeah.
first time because he was recording, we found out, from Denmark when
Sure.
he did his voices. So I was
That's
like, okay,
cool.
that's
Yeah.
so cool. And but to see him and to hear, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was
Great
amazing.
panel. Great panel.
Mhm. It
Yeah.
was. I'm glad that we, again, 2 years in a row, that we had Clone Wars last year, this year we had Rebels. It was very exciting.
Mhm.
Definitely got me amped up, of course, for Star Wars, you know, for May the 4th and all
Sure.
this stuff, and the Bad Batch, which
Mhm.
I'm now oh, you know what? I have to oh, I had a thought too, and now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't say it. If you've not seen Tales of the Empire, I just want to be able to say it. But Lars did hint to other stuff that was coming, so I'm just very,
Mhm.
very curious as to what's going to come with.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Yeah.
I won't say any more about that. Um,
Then
so
we get to the family area, which is
yes,
probably my favorite area for
I think
reasons.
I think we can both agree. Family area is definitely a favorite. It's our best meetup spot,
Yes.
and you have all the Star Wars fun and droids, and Hu Yang was there, and somehow
Yes.
either Salacious Rum or possibly Bub made it there.
Yeah.
I
Could
have no
be.
idea what
Could
I have no
be.
idea how.
Yeah. He was. They were. He was giving us the
Yeah, he
side
was.
eye there.
I
Yeah.
literally wrote him. So,
Yeah.
but this also happened.
Wow. Look at that.
I don't know. I'm so excited. So I'll do a show and tell here. So Friday I did something because again things got canceled. I went and saw Vanessa Marshall, who is not only the voice of Hera Sedula, but she's also the voice of, I want to say it's Nala from Lion King. She's the voice of animated Wonder Woman. She's got a bunch of characters to her name. But then I got this autographed.
Nice.
I know. So my hope is one day is to get more of them.
That would be cool.
Okay, one at a time. Okay, people. We'll start with one and we'll go from there.
And you definitely have to have Dave Filoni sign one of those wolves.
That would be cool. That would be
Yeah.
cool. But meeting Vanessa Marshall was amazing.
She at the beginning, I was waiting in the hallway taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
None of the general public were coming in yet, and then she was
Not
walking
even
towards
me.
me. She was just walking in like a regular person. She walked towards me,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked at her, and I'm like, "Why does she look familiar?" And as she got closer, I realized, oh, that's Vanessa Marshall. I said hi to her, and she said hi back, and then she kept on walking to her
Mm-hmm.
spot. She had a table right up front, but
Right.
yeah, she's really really cool.
Yeah. C2E2 was very interesting this year. When you first walked in, they had tables, a
Yeah,
panel right as you
yeah,
walked into it. And so that means you had Tara Strong, you had all the Powerpuff Girls, and then they had Vanessa Marshall up front, which made sense, but it made no sense
right.
because it was like Freddie Prinze. The rest of the cast was in the back, and I'm like, but Vanessa Marshall was up front, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
hmm. Yeah,
I don't care.
exactly.
She was amazing. It was wonderful to meet her.
Yeah,
I did talk to her. I asked her one question. I said, I have just one question for you. And that was, what is it about, Hera that you really enjoyed the most? And she also shared this actually on the panel the next day when you were there with us. And that is that her dad was a pilot,
right.
an Air
Yeah.
Force pilot. So every time she was playing Hera, it was like an honor. It was honoring him. And
Hmm.
so that was really, really special. I was like, oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, really
Again,
good.
like you, she's very down to earth. She was asking the gentleman that was her handler about places to eat and stuff, and he didn't really know. And I was like, oh, I can tell you, there's the family area, there's food, there, da, 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 da. And so we were having this conversation even before I had purchased anything. This conversation was happening, and I just remember going, okay, this is awesome. She is down to earth. You can talk
Hmm.
to her, and I would love to meet her again. I would totally meet her again because she is just that wonderful.
She is totally totally
Mhm.
awesome. And this statue was amazing in one of
Mhm.
the booths. I was
Yes.
getting a shot of the Nick Fury statue.
Mhm.
Had a sign on it that says "Do not touch me or the statues." A little sign on the lapel there that said $10,000. I got close to the statue and realized it wasn't a statue; it was a dude just standing there with the sign. Really great. Kind of startled
Yes.
me.
It would have startled me too.
Yeah. You know what else would have startled me?
Wookiees that made me excited and made me beeline for them.
Yes, but
That
also
happened.
yeah, that sure did. But also people that played Darth Vader
Yes.
in Rogue One.
Yes. I was very excited for this. So again, like going back to my earlier story, Paige O'Hara ended up having bronchitis, is what I found out, and was not able to be there that over the weekend. So all my stuff went just basically out the window. But that gave me opportunity to meet a particular Darth Vader. I was like, you know what? How many times in my life am I going to be able to meet somebody that's played Darth Vader? Okay.
Mhm.
Um, James Earl Jones, who's the voice of Vader, slim to none. Maybe if I'm on the Field of Dreams, I will maybe meet him.
Yes.
So I took this opportunity to meet Spencer Wheelding. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing.
He
And
was
I don't
great.
know if you guys can see that. You guys, let me tell you, he was amazing to meet. I felt like, yes, I only got two. Well, technically I got three because I also got John Jackson Miller too. But to meet Spencer Wheeling was amazing. He has done so much more than just Rogue One as Darth
Right.
Vader. He's been in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's been
Yeah.
in Doctor Who. He's been in Harry Potter. I'm like, when I realized who he was from Harry Potter, I
Hmm.
lost my ever loving mind, because I remember looking down at the table and going, he was like, it took me a minute. I realized who he played in Harry Potter, because he actually played several things. He's got a lot of credits to his name. So I was so excited. I saw him take his stance. I didn't see him add the smile. If I would have saw him add the smile, I probably would have left. But I didn't. I stayed
Yes.
serious because I thought he went serious. Um,
And as if I didn't get a wonderful Darth Vader gift from you earlier in the day,
I had
something
to. I had
I
to.
was there. I didn't even see him do this, but
I did.
you got me one of these as an early birthday present, which
I
is
did.
fantastic. And look at that,
Yes.
two
Because I
rows.
appreciate you and all that you do and support
Look at
and
this.
teaching me and being patient with me in regards to technology, to podcasting. So I did. I wanted to show my love and appreciation. Oh, I
Yeah,
know. I know. And then you and I both went a
wonderful.
little bit different. So that way it kind of
Yeah,
yeah.
very nice. Love it.
It's so exciting.
Yeah. But it was and again, right when you walk in, you got the tables, you got the the vendors and stuff like that. And he was in the on the a little bit on the tail end, which is really cool.
Yes.
So
Again, that one also threw me for a loop. So on Friday when I saw Greg, maybe it was Todd actually that mentioned that, by the way, Spencer Wheeling's up front. And I was like, what?
right, right.
Like, again, I would expect to be in the back, and no, he's up front and da 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 da. So it was really neat. So again, that was a little bit easier than also to manage. I have to
Mhm.
admit this though. I almost am more grateful that I did the autographs that I did. That was easier to navigate in
Right.
comparison to those who waited in lines for 2 hours for to
Sure.
maybe
Yeah.
hopefully get what they wanted. And I was just so grateful, and then I had a few minutes to talk to him, and again, not feeling like I was
Hmm.
rushed off, just like Vanessa Marshall. I had time. He was
Yeah.
very kind and respectful. I even noticed even the people before us, he talked to them for a little bit. I remember
Sure.
going, wow,
Yeah, it's
People in
nice.
your
It's
back and
nice
looking at
because
you like,
you
wow.
don't have the pressure of that huge line that you only have
Mhm.
to spend, like 2 minutes.
Right.
Here's a signature. How you doing? Thank you very much. Okay,
Yeah.
next. It's like a conveyor belt.
Mhm.
And this is
Yes.
and maybe this is why C2E2 did it. And I don't know how they selected the artists to either go into that main booth or go like on the outskirts, because really,
Mhm.
uh, these guys were on the outskirts, and you can
They
just walk up
were.
to them, no ticket needed for signature. You just ask
Mm-mm.
them, you say hello, and
Mhm.
it's really great. I think that's a great system. I don't know if they're
Mhm.
testing that out for the future,
I
but
don't know.
I think that would be really cool. I think it would definitely make stuff more accessible,
Yes.
and quicker. I don't know about quicker in lines, because he did spend some decent time with
Mhm.
us talking,
Yeah, he did.
but yeah, really cool stuff.
It was just a wonderful experience. I would love to meet him again, especially because next time I want to like add a little
A
smile
little smile. Sure,
to my
sure.
thing. But this is perfect timing because, today, of course, is Revenge of the Fifth.
That's right. But
And
first,
I changed
one
some things around for that. Go ahead.
very nice. First, one last picture, and it'll be obviously a recap of our experience, just
Yes.
with meeting friends and
Hmm.
just being, just enjoying, not only Star Wars, but comic books and entertainment and all that escapism stuff. Obviously, here we are
My face.
twinsing,
We were totally
cosplaying,
twinsing.
with as each other, with our friend Todd from WSTR Galactic Public Access, another Red 5 Network
Hmm.
podcast. But it's really great to kind of just hang out with friends, especially when you're in the same city. Obviously, the Star Wars Twitter community, there's people like all over the place. I don't know where half of you guys are at, but
Hmm.
when we realized that us local Chicagoland area folks are here. It does kind of bring a smile to your face, especially when you get to meet people
Yes.
from the outside and from the internet.
There is my little turn the face. I will have to post. There's a picture of you and I inside the box. I'm reading a book, and
Oh,
you
that's
guys
right.
can
Yeah.
fully see that this was not planned. Like, I got into Rose's car and I looked at him and I went,
Yes. Yeah. And
so I
this
guess
is
we're
probably
kind
the
of
first time
cosplaying
this is the
each
first
other.
time wearing the We Are Red 5 t-shirt, which if you go to the Scarab Scuttlebutt pinned link. There is a bio link there that's got all
Mhm,
the links. But this shirt is available. I'll let you guys know when there's a sale. It's cool to get
mhm,
t-shirts on sale. So whenever there's a sale, look for some of the Red 5 Network t-shirts. But I also have a whole bunch of other t-shirts from other Red 5 shows. So whatever you feel like supporting, and purchasing a t-shirt from the Scare of Scuttlebutt podcast T Public store. Pick your favorite Red 5 or your favorite nerdy t-shirt, and let us know what you get. It's always wonderful to see other people wearing our stuff, or
mhm.
really just wearing anything that is nerdy, because it's a conversation piece out in the real world. We see
Yeah.
somebody else with a Star Wars or a comic book type t-shirt, and we give each other that little nod of acknowledgement. So it's always a lot of fun.
And that wasn't planned. Of course, that's normally the shirt I wear tonight. But again, I'm like, tonight,
Yes,
all about the Sith. Because this is my fifth. I did some this or that. Did you get to take the polls?
I
The question?
did. Yeah,
You did. All right. So we're going to go through these very quickly before we head off for the night because, I like to do some funs, this or that. I don't know. The site today just made me go, you know what? I'm going to just see how things go.
excellent.
Kylo Ren or Morgan Elsbeth?
Morgan.
Morgan. So
Yes.
Kylo Ren won out on this one, 70% to 30.
Oh, okay. What's up, Andrew? Number one.
I also asked about the question about the armor. I said, do you think the
Yeah.
armor could potentially join the dark side in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie? 22% said yes. Only 78%, well, 78% said no. For those who did not see, Ashley Eckstein posted a video this morning on her story, and the first thing you pop up is Morgan Elsbeth, the actress who plays her. She talks about May the 4th was really good, but then it pans to her. It
Mm,
doesn't stop there. It goes a third time and it goes to Emily Swallow, who plays the armor. And
yes.
she kind of goes and she gives a wink. And she does like a very particular wink, like in regards to enjoying Revenge of the Fifth. And I was like, oh,
Mm, hmm.
because we all
Yeah.
know this past season we were going back for it. Is she the dark side? Is she not?
Right. Is
Is she
she
back?
like a
And
spy or a traitor? Is she?
right. And I remember
Yes.
thinking I don't want her to be because I really liked her and I trusted her because
You,
she's
if
also my
she's
personal.
dark side, you can still like her dark side.
I
Come on.
know. So it'll be like my first like real like I never really liked Sheep Palpatine anyways. Like I guess I like Ian McDermott, but like I didn't like like I'm like he's a weasel underneath. I can just tell. And this
Sure.
will be the first time that I'll feel like I was duped. But now I just can't help but feel
Sure.
she only posted it to her story. Now somebody else was able to download that video and but now it's getting out there. So I'm
Hmm.
just like,
Hmm.
what's coming? Did
We'll
she
have
just
to
give us
wait
a
and
hint?
see.
I think it was a hint. All right. So the next one I asked was Darth Maul or Count Dooku. Maul was 75% to Dooku's
Wow.
25.
35 for Dooku?
25 for
25? Oh, all right. Yeah, I mean,
Maul.
interesting. Yeah.
I mean, like
Especially
seeing
now
those.
during the re-release of episode one, I think people are going crazy over Maul again.
Well, and then Maul with the red double oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Seeing that on the big screen was amazing.
She could be,
She's
yeah.
not a Jawa and she's not an Ewok, okay? She's like statuesque. No, no.
Nice, nice.
Darth Sidious, 100% to Darth plagiarists.
Wow.
100%. Why? I know, right? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, not even nobody voted for. I guess no one believes in him. Let's see here. Jabba the Hutt or General Grievous?
Jabba the Hutt or General Grievous? Well, if we are talking about General Grievous, especially in that first episode of Tales of the Empire, then I would go General Grievous.
Oh, versus Jabba the Hutt. Now in this one, they actually went Jabba the Hutt 75%
Oh, wow, cool.
to General Grievous 25. But you make a very good point.
Yeah,
If anybody has not watched Tales of the Empire, you need to.
yeah.
If you have
I've
children,
only seen the first one.
I will say this: if you have children, watch it first, then make your decision. I feel like
Mm,
Tales of the Empire was I know. Yes, I know. I actually did watch it the rest of it today. I started the first one last night and then I decided to watch the rest of it today. And I was like, dude, okay, I
yeah,
could get on board. But Grievous,
yeah.
definitely.
The first couple of minutes of that first
Wow.
story, I was like, they're not messing around.
Mm-mm,
Grievous
mm-mm.
was awesome. Coolness, Grievous wins, but Jabba has better story implications.
Wait, hold up. Jabba won.
Yeah,
Jabba won
sure.
75 to 25% on the poll.
Yeah.
But
So excellent.
but between us, we were Grievous fans. Um, Palpatine over Snoke was 100% landslide.
Oh yeah, come on.
Landslide.
Is that hashtag? Was that a real question?
I had to ask. It was just one of those, like, I gotta ask. I don't know. I'm trying to look. I got a few more that I threw in there. One was about the Wayfinder, and I'm trying to look for it, and it's kind of hidden away now. I hate when they do that. I wish they would keep them in the order in which I put it,
Oh yeah.
but they don't. I don't
Was
know what's going
was
on.
it Wayfinder versus Holocron?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find it, and it's not popping up, and I'm not sure why. That is okay. I can always turn that one around later. The other one, the big one, was Darth Vader or Thrawn. I know. However, not everyone agrees with you and I.
Oh.
I know. But Vader, no matter what, he still won out. He was 67% to Thrawn's 33.
Oh, that's too bad that Vader wasn't 66%. That would
True.
have been,
True.
yeah.
True. I
Too
will say
bad.
this. I thought, you know what? Well, I knew I couldn't put Vader against Snoke or any of the other ones. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
Like,
right.
that's too simple. That's why I'm like, no. Vader's got to go up against like a someone that's just as much as we love to hate, and that of
Sure.
course is Thrawn. And
Right.
Thrawn is just this character that's just now that I've read about him, I'm just more intrigued by him and
Yeah.
excited by him
Yeah.
and
Cool.
things. Isaac said holocron for the win. That's what he said. Maybe. I believe you. It's possible. I still can't find it. I'm like, where did it go? Again, they don't put it in the order in which I put. Oh, Moth Gideon 67% to
Oh.
a Sanchi Ventress. How do 33%. I can't. Asajj is that how you say it? Asajj.
Asajj, yes.
Asajj.
It's like massage without the M.
I found it. Darth Vader's Wayfinder also 67% to Emperor's Wayfinder 33.
I don't know why they just couldn't call it a holocron, but that's another story.
And then the other one was Darth Vader's lightsaber, also 67%. 67 is a big number today.
Yeah.
And then Dark Saber 33.
Oh.
Which rumor
That's a
has
new one.
it, I have to go still watch it, but Extra Techie and Red 5
Yes. Mm-hmm. He's got an
Dark
unboxing of the Dark
you
Saber.
guys.
Yeah.
Okay, go watch his extra Star Wars. Okay, I'm gonna put that one in there because that's pretty cool. Do you have?
I think I have one. I wonder if it's charged. Yes. There you go. No, there's no sound though, but who needs sound when you're destroying Mandalorians?
Hush.
Right?
I
So
know.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly, Spencer. Dork
Wow,
saber.
does Saber.
That's what my wife
Oh,
says.
oh, here we go. Oh, this might be a quick cut. Thrawn is the best Star Wars villain since the original. Oh, against the original, but Vader and Palpatine are iconic villains. Two of the
Yeah,
best villains of all time.
I agree.
Ooh, I thought he said Thrawn was the best, and I was like, oh, those are
Ooh, throw
cutting words.
down, throw
I mean,
down.
he has the dark saber, Andrew. Come on, like,
Or as he
no.
calls it, the machete. Or is he calling me machete because I'm Mexican? I don't know. I can't tell.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
And who shot first, Han or Guido?
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, this has been a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
This should be the day you should be able to be off the whole day and totally
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for May 25th.
May
I'll do
25th.
some Star Wars things, and I'll purchase some Star Wars items, and I'll come back and I'll show them to everybody. And not that I need any more, but
So, as you said earlier, very exciting, especially for those who are just joining us. Give us an update on what's coming up for Scare Podcast.
so as you know, my hat says it. Episode 1 in May, we are celebrating 25 years of the Phantom Menace. Folks that went to go see it in the theater, you did your part to bring the Phantom Menace back on the rounds as far as box office numbers. I think it came back to the top 50 grossing movies of all time, but it did break some records as far as re-releases this weekend. So that's fantastic. I think it went to $15.3 million.
Thus far. We're
Thus
not done yet.
far, but I think, yeah, that's right. Because it's still playing up until later tonight. But absolutely. I agree with Baldo, but it's funny because I was talking to the Mexican consulate, and she was talking
Oh, the
about
real.
how.
Sorry.
What was that?
I stopped. I had to start laughing because I was like, I thought you said like I was thinking Star Wars, and then
Yeah,
I just
no, the
we're
Imperial
talking the
consulate.
real
No,
the
so
real.
we're talking about the difference between Mexican Independence Day, which is not Cinco de Mayo, but a lot of people
Correct,
think it's Cinco de Mayo, but
but it's not.
it's
It's later.
and the actual Independence Day for Mexico, which is in September, which is funny. And she's like, you know what? Let's celebrate it all. It's a good day to have two margaritas a year. So I'll do the same thing. It's a great way to celebrate Star Wars twice a year, if you don't celebrate it every day already. But so yeah, the Scare Scuttlebutt podcast. We're going to be having episode 1 discussions all month. Last Thursday we dropped our first discussion with Scott Rifen. We had a wonderful discussion talking about the hype leading up to the film. This Thursday I am going to be talking with Fantha Tracks. That Mark Newbold, he's going to be. We're discussing the story of Star Wars, and then the following week we are continuing our discussions about Star Wars: The Phantom Menace with the folks of Used and Abused podcast. And we're going to be talking about the music and how the music has influenced the generation. I mean, 25 years of a movie, and we're still talking about it. I mean, 40
Yeah.
plus years of regular Star Wars, and we're still talking about it. So it's fantastic.
I have to say this. I know this is early. I know you're going to hear it when you come later on this month, but it's like listening to the music again on the big screen.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, absolutely. And again, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be doing a special Scarif Live in the middle of the week on Tuesday night around 7. Brad is returning, and we're also going to have Andrew and hopefully Marisha from the Science Fictionary. We're going to be talking a little bit about what has been going on in Star Wars land for the last couple of weeks. Maybe a little Acolyte trailer reaction, maybe a little discussion on the final episode of The Bad Batch. I hear Brad's got some hot takes, so we'll listen to that. And really our experience during the Phantom Menace rewatch in our local movie theater. So that should be a lot of fun. Check out the Scares podcast on YouTube, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
So quick question. Are you guys officially moving to like Tuesdays, or is this just to kind of get
No, it's just kind of Brad, I'll go live whenever. Like Paul's Collectibles said, "Hey, do you want to go live?" That was last Wednesday or something.
Mhm,
So we went live. We discussed some stuff, but
mhm.
I like to accommodate everyone. Brad said, "Can we do it on Tuesday?" And I said, "Yeah, let's go for it." So,
Let's do it.
but yes, we usually have our Scarif Lives on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. But that's in flux. Just whenever I can get anybody. Sometimes after work, I don't feel like going live, but just
Understandable.
just depends.
Yeah.
And
Well,
yes, Ubaldo margaritas and tequila, good combination. It's never too
woohoo!
early.
I know it'll be wonderful to have Brad back. I'm very
Yes.
excited to see him back. I'm excited to see whatever you're else getting from him because he's sending you looks like a Vader, and I was just like, okay, so keep
Send all
his
the
for
Vaders to
nice,
me.
keep his for nice, and bang mine. Don't hurt the other one. But it'll be
Yeah.
great to have him back. I'm very excited for you guys. And so make sure everybody who's listening to the chat, if you're listening for the first time, or if you guys even use the group, make sure you're subscribed to Scare Podcast because they're going to be going live and Brad's back. And it's going to be so exciting. I just can't wait. I'm just so excited. It's insane. So
Lots of fun.
wonderful.
Lots of fun.
So, but thank you so very much, Ro, for coming back to On the Fives and talking about C2E2, talking about the Sith, talking about Vader, which I know who you absolutely love. It's just been so wonderful. And of course, that question about Vader from that first night that you and I talked has now resonated and now has to get asked every time. Heroes or
Nice.
villains? And then I go, heroes, or are you on Ro's side?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I just know where you're sitting, okay?
Sure. Exactly.
And of course, I continue, I'm like here in the balance. And I know gray Jedi is not supposed to be a thing, but I'm just kind of like, well, are you sure about that?
Too
Anyways,
funny.
but
Yeah.
thank you to everybody again. Starting tomorrow, because tonight we're going to be watching The Martian with the Red Five reading book club. But tomorrow, here we go. The Living Force. We officially begin. Because I know I have a few that can neither deny nor confirm whether they have begun to read this, but if they have, it's all good. And so I'm so excited because this is May and June, because over the summer we're going to be doing the Aftermath trilogy. That's right.
Ooh.
Aftermath trilogy. Be on the lookout. Go to your thrift stores. Go on Amazon because they have them on sale. So we kind of took some time to make sure we had some time for everything. So I'm so excited for that. Not sure we're going to be doing the 15th. But either way, I hope that you guys will all hang in there because I can't wait to see you the next time on the Fives. Please have a good night. May the force be with you.